Hello team and welcome to your workout today with me. My name is Charlotte Tooth and I'm going to take you through 30 minutes of strength and conditioning. Today we'll be using the straps, your mat, and then of course your RIP trainer as well. Today's session is focused primarily on the upper body, but let me tell you what's in store. We've got a lovely warm up to get everything moving. Block A is going to be focused purely on your upper body using your straps and your body weight. And then block B, we're going to move into quite an explosive, dynamic amrap for 4 minutes. Straight after that, we'll finish with block C, which is primarily focused on using the RIP trainer. At the end of the session, you are going to feel worked, but fantastic. Okay, so let's make sure everything's set ready to go. Mat is underneath your straps are at mid-height, and then of course your RIP trainer is anchored safely. Today I'm using a heavy kettlebell and some of the beach stones because we're outside, but of course you guys have whatever you've got at home to anchor. All right, so let's get moving with your warm-up. You don't need your straps for this first bit. We're going to go for lunge and rotations. So start first of all at the back of your mat. Put your hands one on top of the other onto the elbows, and then start to step your right leg forward into a lunge, rotating to the right. You'll find center, you'll come back up, and then you'll switch sides. Left leg forward, rotate to the left, back through center. I've got opposite hand on opposite elbow just to encourage the rotation from my spine without cheating too much through my arms and my upper back. And I want to feel here that I'm actually getting a bit of a hip stretch. So the bigger step I take forward with my front foot, the more I'm going to feel the hip stretch. Now, if you're struggling with balance today, try to keep your eyes up and look at something that's about forehead height rather than looking on the floor. Nice team, just got a couple more. All right, on your last one, we're going to go into your walkout. So bring yourself to the back of your mat. You're going to sit down to a squat, walk yourself all the way out to a plank position and find a solid position here. Take a gentle up dog for me. Come back through center, walk yourself back and return to standing. Squat, up dog, plank, back to standing. So using that squat to transition you to the floor, which is going to warm up your knees, ankles and hips. And this gentle walkout is actually loading up the shoulders as well. So getting us ready for what's to come. Lovely team. All right, walk yourself back, stand yourself up. The last one is going to be down dog to plank position, okay? So set yourself up on the floor in your plank as you were before, hands under shoulders, step your legs back. You'll push your hips up to a down dog, driving your heels down, and then you'll bring your body weight through and drop yourself back down to the plank. So hips up, heels down, look at your ankles, and then back to a plank. So just simply transitioning between the two, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings, your hips are working hard here, and of course, getting the core muscles working. All right, team, rest there, well done. Hopefully feeling nice and warm. We are going to go right the way in to block A, which is 3 exercises. You've got 45 seconds on each, 15 seconds break. You'll need your straps at the mid mark to start, and your first exercise is going to be your squat row. Each of these exercises we will do twice, so block A happens twice, all right? So palms facing down, elbows out to the side, handles in line with armpits, heels are high, okay? We're then going to extend our arms, drop our heels, and sit into a squat. Then as you come up, pull the elbows wide and into your row. So you got down, up, pull. Down, up, pull. Now, if it feels a bit weird or a bit challenging and you can't quite get the right angle, you need to be a little bit closer towards the anchor point. Otherwise, you don't have much tension on the straps. And it is a high row, so the elbows are high out to the side, 90 degrees from your body, and you're on your last 15 seconds. Chest is open, eyes are up, and you're using your hips to bring you up, squeezing your butt on the way up. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1, team. All right, turn to face away from the anchor point. This time we hold on to the handles with the palms facing inwards as if you're going to clap your hands. come up onto tiptoes, and we do front lunges like we did in the warm-up, but opening the arms. So I go into a front lunge, I open my arms to like a T, and then I squeeze my arms together as if I'm giving someone a hug. So I open to a T, squeeze. Open to a T, squeeze. And I'll show you the position here. I've got slightly bent elbows and I push together. You can make this exercise easier by using your legs more and harder by using your legs less. So I want to feel that my arms are initiating the movement. And we're not locking the arms. There's a small bend in the elbows for this one to increase the range and the stretch at the front of the shoulder. All right, team, last one is going to be your inchworm. So for this one, you need to be right at the back of your mat. Walk your hands down your legs and then all the way out as far forward as you can to your plank. From that point, you'll keep going as far as you can until it feels like you can't go any further, and then walk your hands back and gently roll yourself all the way up. Okay, I need a bit more space. I'm going to move back a bit. But yeah, you need a lot of space because you don't want your hands to be slipping, okay? So walking the hands out as far as you can, trying to get your chest as close to the floor as you can, and then walking your hands back. And you need to really use the muscles of your feet here. If my feet are floppy and my heels are digging backwards, I don't feel quite as much work. I'm actually trying to lift my heels and then push really hard into my hands, making a sort of doming shape with my body. All right, team, back to the beginning, into your squat row. So do remember your setup because that's the most important bit. Palms are facing down, facing towards the anchor. Elbows out nice and wide and heels are high. Legs are squat width apart. When you're ready, let's go. Back and down, up. Back and down, up. Now I really like this movement because you can get some speed going, so you can get your heart rate up and work on the feeling of moving quickly, which is often not something we do with upper body work, right? It's easier to find plyometric work with the lower body. All right, team, last 20 seconds. If it's too easy, remember to walk your feet further forward and then you'll become heavier. This is your last 10 seconds, guys. Stay with it. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, team, rest there. As you can hear, heart rate's getting up, working the cardiovascular system as well. All right, into your flies. So hold on to your handles, stand facing away from the anchor, and the best setup is starting at your furthest position, which is your lunge. Bend the knee, should I say, and then squeeze the arms together. One forward, one back. Make a note, I always return to 2 high heels. My elbows never straighten, and I'm squeezing through the arms to pull myself back up. So we are working the shoulders here in lots of different positions. Very, very challenging. We've got our pull, our push, and then of course we've got that overhead work in the inchworm. All right, team, rest there. Oh, inchworm coming up. Try to get your hands a little further forward this time, as if you're trying to tap your chest on the floor. Really puff out through the upper back, so you're in that hollow body position when you get there. Let's go. Walk down the legs, walk out through the hands, and it's a plank, but further. Ooh, instantly further this time. Only go as far as you can come back up. You don't want to get stuck down there. Arms forward, find that long position, and come back up. So you should feel each time that you're getting better, or at least getting a bit more stable and controlled with your movements. I'm scooping out through the belly, no arching of the lower back. Oh, all right, saved by the bell. Okay, block B is an AMRAP. It's a 4-minute AMRAP, and your numbers are 5, 5 and 10. An amrap just means as many rounds as possible. So you learn the choreography, then you just keep going and going and going until the 4 minutes is over, okay? So for this first exercise, the inverted row, you guys are gonna need to shorten your straps and then over shorten them depending on your height. I know personally I'm a very, very short person, so I don't need to shorten them too much. So I'll just pull the tabs up a little higher so that when I come into my row position, my shoulders, that's still too high, my shoulders are below the line of my hips. So that's classed as an inverted row, okay? So we have 5 of these to begin with. Elbows to ribs, extend out. Elbows to ribs, extend out. Only 5 because it's a very, very intense exercise, all right? Then straight in for 5 push-ups to hop in and out. So, just so you know, you go, thank you. So your hands are wide, and then from here, your legs are wide. You do 1 push-up, push away, then you hop your legs in, hop your legs out. 1 push-up, hop your legs in, hop your legs out. Okay? If you're feeling super strong today, once your legs touch the floor, start bending the elbows, and you'll get a little bit of that plyometric energy into your arms. 5 of those, all right? And then something lovely to finish it off is 10 opposition back extensions. So I lie on my tummy in an X. I've got right arm and left leg reaching up with my chest, back down, then left arm and right leg, back down. And I've got 10 of these. Right is 1, left is 2, and you get the idea, okay? So amrap, as many rounds as possible. You just keep going until the dinger says no more, yeah? It's 5 inverted row, 5 push up to jump, and then 10 back extensions. Okay, so make sure you've adjusted your straps, make sure you know what you're doing, or you're trying out the movement right now, and we are starting in 10 seconds. You're gonna walk your feet forward, get those handles, 3, 2, 1, let's go. I've got a wall to press against, but you guys can probably be flat feet, hips up, shoulders below the hips, eyes up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, back down, big squeeze. And I've only got 5 of these. And it's heavy and it's hard. Oh my goodness. Wow, 5 is definitely enough. And I'm straight in for those push-ups with the hops in and out. What I meant to show you was, I do a push-up, I hop in, and then as soon as my feet touch the floor, I start going down, down, whoa, in, feet touch the floor, down. Oh. If it's too much, feel free to step it out instead. Only 5 of these. When I've done 5, I lie on my tummy, opposition back extension. Let's go. 1, 2, all the way up to 10. Now listen, you're probably going quicker than me, which is great. Keep going. Just remember your numbers. 5, 5, and 10. Inverted row, push up to jump back, and then back extension in opposition. Yes, all right. Here I am. 2 minutes 36 to go. Wow, time is going quickly. I'm aiming for 3 rounds. Tried this earlier, so tough. Not even sure I got 3 rounds. Hips up, squeeze. Hips up, squeeze. Oh my goodness. If it gets too much, remember there is an option to just move back and turn it into a normal row, okay? This is your position if inverted row feels like too much today. Here I go. Push up, hop in, hop out. Hop in, hop out. I'm keeping my body like a surfboard. And if you ever need to shake it off, you do. I think I did 6 there, but we're going to go with it. Here we go. Opposition back extension. All right, team. on my third round and I've got 1:12 to do it in. My goodness, here I go. Hips up, look, squeeze. I'm looking up towards the anchor point. 5 of these. Oh wow. Now please remember team, this is going to be tough, it is going to be challenging, but keep yourself going. I know you can do this. It's tough for the body. It's very, very low reps because it's very heavily strength based, okay? I'm into my push-ups for the third round. Here I go. Hop in, hop out. Push up, hop in, hop out. And then I'm into my back extensions. Here it goes. I might just finish this third round. Ten. All right. Ah, wow. Just finished my third round. How did you get on? Third round in 4 minutes. That's about, I took about 1:20 on each one, including all the talking, obviously, because I just keep yabbering on. Well done. Grab a sip of water, and we're just about to start block C, which is our final block. Now this one is challenging because we are using the RIP trainer and it takes some getting used to these exercises. So the first time I teach you the exercise, I'll be giving you sort of the modified version or the slightly easier version. And then as we go forward, you'll get little ways of making it harder, okay? So progressions. So I've anchored my TRX RIP trainer onto the kettlebell, so I'm ready to go. I'm going to show you the exercises. So we have 3 exercises on the RIP. You have 40 seconds on each, 20 seconds to transition. So cinch your right hand into the safety strap by simply dangling onto the furthest end and then pulling up. It doesn't have to be too tight. From here, we've got our zones 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your right hand, so your base hand, the one that's closest to the end, is going to be in zone 1, and your left hand, your power hand, closest to the power cord, is in zone 4. Turn to face away from the anchor point and rest the RIP trainer on your shoulder. Then slightly step your left leg just behind your right leg so you've got a little bit of a support, an offset position, and send the RIP trainer overhead by extending your left arm, pulling your right hand into your chest, and then bend it back in. So you extend and you bend back in. So it's almost like an overhead tricep press, and having my left leg behind me makes it slightly easier. If I want to make it harder, I'll move away from the anchor point, and it's going to feel instantly heavier. And now, of course, if you've done this a lot, you can bring your legs into the same line, so no longer offset. Again, this makes it harder for you to balance. All right, rest there, team. The next exercise is RIP row. So stand facing towards the anchor point, both palms down in mid zones. Pull your bar to your chest, making sure the middle of the bar is at the middle of your chest, and then walk your feet back to load it up, legs wide for this first round. You're going to extend your arms out towards the anchor, and then pull your bar all the way to your chest. You'll feel your left arm working harder than your right arm. And my knees are bent, my body's stacked, I'm not tipping over, my hips are not back, my hips are forward. So this is great for the back muscles between the shoulder blades, but also working asymmetry, so getting into the core muscles. And your bar is going to want to start to do all sorts of crazy things. Try and keep it moving in a very, very smooth pattern. All right, team. Last one is your RIP stack. So from here, base hand, palm down in zone 1. Power hand, palm up in zone 4. We stand facing sideways to the anchor and we move slightly away to create some tension. Bring that base hand onto your hip and the power hand out in front of you. Oh, hello. Out in front of you so that you're creating a long adjacent line to your body. The anchor point is literally 90 degrees from where your RIP trainer is pointing. I want you to feel your entire left side of your body working so hard to stop you from twisting towards the anchor. Nice wide legs for this first round. I'm making it nice and easy for you. And we just have to hold still. Try to extend this left arm. 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. Let the rip trainer dangle, uncinch and cinch your other hand in, and we'll go to our second side. So cinch back up, go ahead and grab hold, and this time come back into the axe chop. So sideways to the anchor for setup, base hand, zone 1, power hand, zone 4, and onto your shoulder. Remember, right leg just behind the left leg. We start to shoot the right arm forward as if we're throwing something overhead. And then we pull it back down onto our shoulder. This left arm will extend out in front. Shoot, and we get this sort of push and pull action. Now, the further forward I go, the harder this is. I create more tension on the strap. And I'll feel that the strap almost wants to start determining how the exercise will move. But I always want to feel like I'm in control. All right, rest there, team. Turn to face towards the anchor, both palms down mid-zones. And then again, elbows to ribs, walk yourself back to load up. Make sure the center of the rip trainer is in the center of your chest. Arms out, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze back. Arms out, squeeze back. That's quite an intense exercise because the rip trainer is obviously loaded on one side, which means your core muscles are having to work intensely. And again, you want to be right in line with your anchor points and not off to one side. The middle of your chest is in line with the middle of the anchor. I'm softening my knees for support. And you'll feel the right side of your body working way harder, especially the right back of the right arm. All right, team, rest there. Into your rip stack. I'll be facing away from you, but you'll see what's going on. So again, we've got our left hand palm down and into zone 1, right palm into zone 4. Turn to face sideways to the anchor point with your right hip closest, and then shoot the rip trainer out in front of you, tucking this left elbow into your rib cage. Really think about extending and shooting that right arm forward, and I'm trying to keep everything square. If it's too much, go a little closer to the anchor and reload. Otherwise, shuffle out a little bit, try and get a little bit more engagement. And it looks like nothing, but feels like everything, right? Just hold on. Tight body, tight core. All right, team, rest there. Okay, so we're gonna do everything we did last time, but add on some progressions in terms of the foot position. So uncinch and cinch your right hand back in. We're gonna go back to that rip axe chop, but this time the legs are gonna be in the same line, so not offset. So palm down zone 1, palm up zone 4, facing away. Legs are on the same line now, not staggered, not offset. Here we go. Throw that right arm overhead, control back down. Throw, control. So that left arm is shooting right up, and you are literally pulling the bar towards your chest. I need you to feel that your left arm is doing more than your right arm. And then, of course, the closer together your legs are, the harder this is for the core. All right, team, right into your rip row. Palms facing down, facing towards the anchor. Walk back, load up with your bar by your chest. This time, when your arms straighten, you're gonna drop down and back into a squat. Here we go. Drop down and back, and then squat, bar to chest. Down and back, squat, bar to chest. It's a little bit harder, now we add some movement. And it starts to mess up your squat. Your squats start to look all twisted. You wanna try and square everything off. All right, last 15 seconds. Now, if you're really struggling and you're like, gosh, I really can't control this, just take your hand closer towards the cable. It makes it that little bit easier to give you some control. Ooh, all right. I'm feeling those core muscles as well a lot today. Tough, super tough. All right, rip stack. So, base hand, palm down 1, power hand, palm up 4. This time, we have our legs closer together. Here it is, just literally 2 inches apart. Load up and go. tuck this right elbow in. I'll show you from the side. Elbow in, and then the other arm is extended out in front. And with all your might, try to stay, oh hello, waspy. Try to stay sideways to the anchor. It's core, it's all the muscles in your legs. It's the arms, it's the upper body, it's everything. Yes, team, hold on, hold on. 5 seconds left. Oh, okay. Last time on this second side, uncinch and cinch. Here we go. Left hand, so base hand, palm down, power hand, palm up on zone 4. You know what you're doing now. Walk forward to load up, facing away from the anchor. Remember, we're not offsetting the legs now. We do have the legs now on the same line. Let's go. Up, squeeze down, up, squeeze down. Now, if you're used to doing like overhead tricep presses, this is exactly what it feels like. On this side, your right hand should be the dominant arm. Make the right arm do more than your left arm. And it burns pretty quick. All right, we're coming into our last 8 seconds. I'm gonna load up a bit more. Try and extend the right arm every time. And into your rip row. Well done, guys. Mid zones, palms down, square yourself off. And when you're ready, gonna get some grip here. Get your bar to your chest. Here it is. Extend out, sit to your squat. Bend, pull the bar to the chest. Extend out, sit, bar to chest. So you're dealing with asymmetrical forces here. You're only loaded on this right side now. So the rip trainer is wanting you to rotate to the left. So work as hard as you can through the midsection to keep yourself square. Oh, so close. Oh, all right. Rip stack to finish. This is the isometric hold. Base hand 1, palm down, power hand 4, palm up. Let's get ready, team. Final push here, and your class will be done. All right, left hand to hip, right hand extends out in front, legs closer together this time, only 2 inches apart if you can help it. Chest up tall, make sure you're not leaning forward or back. Eyes up, shoulders stacked on top of hips. Hug that left elbow in and feel your back muscles working. Oh, here we go, team. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, carefully uncinch. Oh, bring your rip trainer down. And we'll go straight into a cool down. Grab a hold of your straps, lengthen them to mid-height. Facing away from the anchor, palms are facing out to the sides, and just walk your feet forward so you get that lovely stretch through the chest. Now, the further forward you walk, the deeper the stretch. Just find that lovely opening for your shoulders. So challenging the chest muscles in those push-ups, in all the work we did with the rip trainer, and then of course, at the beginning as well, when we were doing our inchworm, our lunge, and our fly as well. Now feel free to start reaching one arm up overhead at a time. You might need to move back slightly. And you'll start to get a little stretch sort of under your armpits and along the sides of your ribs. And push a little bit of pressure into those straps when you can. All right, deload, face towards the anchor, palms down, and then drop your hips back and down into a hang. So I want you to feel the length through your spine, reach your hips away from your hands and soften your knees. Great, now from here, start to bend your right knee and look underneath your left armpit. Feeling a stretch primarily along your right side. And then bend your left knee and look underneath the right armpit. So you get a beautiful stretch sort of along the left side of your body. And then continue to move from side to side. Have a little wiggle. Enjoy the stretch. All right, last one, team. Get rid of the straps. This one's just body weight to finish. I want you to bring yourself down into a sit squat position. So nice and low. Allow your hips to relax as much as you can at the bottom. And then pin your right hand close to your right knee. Reach your left arm up into a twisting action. And then begin to switch sides. It's like you're reaching for something on the ceiling behind you. Great, and as you move between the two, think about breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Make this your last one. All right, team, rest there. You are all done. How do you feel? Thank you so much for joining me. That was your 30-minute strength and conditioning workout with me. My name is Charlotte Tooth. You can find me at Instagram on _ at Charlotte_Tooth. I hope you feel like your entire body has worked today with a particular focus on your upper body. If you have any questions or feedback, drop me a DM. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all again on the next TRX workout.